Hey boys and girls, in this lesson you will learn how to develop ideas about a character by looking at characters' actions, thoughts, and dialogue. We're going to look at a passage from this book called Make Way for Diamond Daniel. In this book there are two main characters so far. They are Diamond and this boy named Free, and we're going to be specifically looking to see if we can learn some more information about Free. Remember, actions are things characters do, and dialogue are the words that characters say. And we can tell that it's dialogue because there will be quotation marks used. And then thoughts are a character's thinking, and it's often written using italics, and that's just kind of some slanted writing. We'll take a look at that whenever we look at the passage. So here's a passage. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to talk about how we can notice what the character's doing in order to learn more about that character. One Tuesday, it was Chicken Nugget Day, to be exact, Diamond was sitting with the three T's when Free stomped into the lunchroom, fists clenched, not looking where he was going again. He bumped into Jordan, this tiny third grader, and mumbled, "Out of my way, squirt." Poor Jordan shook so hard he dropped his tray. Free just kept going, got his own lunch, and slammed the tray down on a nearby table. "That's it," thought Diamond. "I'm tired of seeing that boy scare the living daylights out of everybody in sight." So we're going to look right now and we're going to notice some things that's going on. Right here, I see some action happening. That's the character doing something. Right here is some dialogue. We can see these quotation marks show that they were saying it. And here are some thoughts, and these slanted letters are showing me that that's what a character is thinking. So let's look at the action that's happening right here. This is what Free is doing. I'm thinking about it. He bumped into Jordan. So I'm going to think about, what does this show me about Free? I can also see that his fists were clenched and he wasn't looking where he was going. Maybe Free is a person who is kind of a bully. And here's some dialogue. These are the words that Free said. "Out of my way, squirt." So I'm going to pause when I read that, and I'm going to think, what does this show me about Free? Well, maybe Free is a person who is not nice when he talks to other kids. So these are how I'm getting some of these character traits about Free. Now down here, these are some thoughts that I'm going to look at. Now these are Diamond's thoughts, but they can tell me a lot about Free. So I'm going to ask myself, what does this show me about Free? Well, it says that she's seen him doing these things before and she's tired of him doing these things. So it seems like it happens frequently. So maybe he's a person who usually bullies. He's a bully to other kids. This isn't the first time Diamond has seen him act like this. So what we've learned is that we need to pause after we read some interesting thoughts or actions or dialogue. And then we need to ask ourselves, what does this show me about the character? So that we can make sure that we're understanding those character traits. Because as we've learned, a lot of times the author doesn't come out and tell us. We have to be paying attention and we have to be using those inferencing skills so that we can learn about the characters, what the author wants us to learn without just coming out and saying it.